Hello folks, and welcome to this week's Music Alerts video where I tell you what physical music product I've received through the post this week. And this week, well, I've got lots of vinyl for you, but there's also a few CD releases, so let's start with those. First up from Ace is the Best of the Damned on Ace Records, a 12-tracker originally released in 1981, including singles via Stiff Records, plus rarities like Jet Boy, Jet Girl. Also from Ace is I Am a Lineman for the County. Glen Campbell sings Jimmy Webb. This is a 23-track CD featuring every Webb recording with Campbell from 1967 to 1980, which means classics like By the Time I Get to Phoenix, Wichita Lineman, and Galveston, plus, of course, a heap more. On to Jasmine now, and Ethel Waters, the blues jazz artist. Called His Eye is on the Sparrow, this 25-track CD includes here stereo recordings, which apparently appear for the first time on CD. You get two albums, the title album from 1960 and Reminiscences from 1962. Speaking of sparrows, check out the sweet vocals of Mighty Sparrow from Trinidad and the album Classic Calypso 1956 to 1962, also entitled Sparrow Take Over Now. You've got 20 tracks here, combining tales of romance and politics, of all things. Finally on CD from Playback in Australia comes a slice of R&B. Real R&B, that is, not the sugar-coated soul of today, and the impressive vocal range of Johnny Adams' Release Me, the SSS, and Pacemaker sides from 1966 to 1973. There's 26 tracks of hip-swaying, finger-clicking fun here. Final now, and we've got quite a few from the Audiophile record label Demon. And, well, let's begin with the Record Store Day editions, shall we? And let's start with Live from Red Rocks from 2005 from the Pixies, presented on 2 discs, pressed into orange vinyl. This 27-track collection was recorded in Denver, USA, and features many classic tracks such as Debaser, Where Is My Mind, and many more. Another RSD release via Demon now, and a picture disc for James Bond fans, a 50th anniversary release in fact, and Lulu's rendition of The Man with the Golden Gun from 1975, plus, on the flip, A Boy Like You. The disc itself is presented in a transparent plastic outer sleeve. And we ain't finished yet with RSD, because next up is Detroit-based Travis Biggs, and the first ever reissue of Biggs' second album from 1979, Solar Funk. This one is pressed on Solar Speckle marbled translucent vinyl. That's what Demon calls it, and who am I to argue, hey? This edition features a sort of Obi strip-like card sleeve. We're still with RSD and Demon's release of Dead or Alive and the Pete Hammond High NRG remixes on transparent blue and yellow vinyl. So yes, you will find You Spin Me Round Like a Record, Total Stranger, and Hit and Run Lover, but these are new extended remixes of those tracks. So this is a double album with 2 or 3 tracks per side. And finally, from Demon's RSD foray is Donna Summer and Many States of Independence. And well, you'd better like the track State of Independence from Donna Summer, because there are 8 versions of that one track on this 12-inch disc, including the 1982 original album version, plus a whole swathe of other remixes, such as the New Bass Mix Edit, the NRG Mix, and the Creation Mix. This one is out on blue vinyl. Next is Frank Black and the Catholics, and a live outing spanning 3 12-inch discs, called Live at Melkweg, Expanded Edition, Amsterdam, March 24th, 2001. A mighty title and a mighty package. You have the entire 38 song show here, which means 18 of these tracks are previously unreleased, and the whole thing arrives in a multi-gatefold sleeve. And in general terms now, we've got a couple of Demon releases for you. As we move away from Record Store Day, we'll move towards half-speed mastering, shall we? The last two Demon releases for you this week. Again, we've got Frank Black and the Catholics, the self-titled release, 25th anniversary, 1997 original, mastered from the original tapes at Studios. Accompanying that self-titled Frank Black and the Catholics, we have one from Belinda Carlisle and Live Your Life Be Free from 1991, her fourth solo release, and you get inside a 4-page insert which includes all the lyrics. Next we have Virgin Music and jazz soul vocal actually from Lizz Wright. Is it Lizz Wright or Liza Wright? Liza Minnelli always had this issue, didn't she? Liza or Lisa? I'm going to go for Lizz Wright. And her album, Shadow, which is pressed on translucent, dusky gold coloured vinyl. The lady's 20th album, apparently. Her work is drenched in a soul tone, and there's a gospel strength and power behind her delivery. Songs are mostly co-written with Wright, but there's also a Gillian Welch song called Circling, and a standard, I Concentrate on You, via Cole Porter. An excellent release. This is a strong album. Next is The Night is the Night by the singer, pianist and composer Rotem Geffin. I'm going to say Rotem Geffin. Apologies if that's wrong. This is intriguing stuff. Experimental stuff, you might say. The title track is half-spoken and sounds a bit like Nick Cave in its delivery style, although obviously Geffen has a far more feminine delivery. Lyrics span German, English, and Hebrew, of all things. Now, the label, in terms of its PR for this particular album, it flags this album as sounding a bit like Bjork, PJ Harvey, Nico, Julie Cruz, and yeah, I suppose there are elements of all those artists here, but Geffen has no fears in pushing boundaries, and she definitely has her own style. And finally, check out Kraft's original jazz classic, Red Garland's Groovy, his third outing at the time as leader. This one is from 1957, and it features Garland himself on piano, the one and only Paul Chambers on bass, of course, and Arthur Taylor on drums. Remastered by another one and only Kevin Gray. We're not talking about groovy in a soul funk kind of way, more groovy swing, I suppose. This is a confident release, partly, I would guess, because at that time Garland was mixing with Miles Davis, but I think it worked for this album. And that's your lot. Thank you very much for staying to the end of this video. And if I could ask you before you go, before you put the kettle on, if you could do me a favor, just click on the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already done so. And that would just help this channel to soar through the algorithm, of course. Down below, I will put some contacts that need contacting. And also further down, there are other links to my Facebook group, my website, if you'd like to pop over there. There's all kinds of stuff over there you won't see here. Lots and lots of musical reviews that, again, you don't see here. In addition, my Patreon page, that also has music features and other bits and pieces, interviews and things, plus lots of hi-fi stuff. And if you're into your hi-fi, I do an exclusive weekly hi-fi related video called Hi-Fi News, etc. Check it out. I'll be back next week with one of these at the same time, same place. Generally, I might be here. Or, if you're lucky, I might be here. However, I'll be somewhere around this vicinity. Hope to see you then. Love to have your what? Your attention? Your company. That's what I would like to have, please. Your company. Hope to see you then anyway. Bye-bye for now.